I'm Marissa. I'm the brand specialist for Berks Homes. I'm here with Jolene. She is a vice president and a partner for Berks Settlement Services, and we're talking about title insurance and land transfer in new construction homes. So as a general question, can you explain title insurance?
Title insurance protects the marketability of your home. So if you would go to sell your home tomorrow, you can sell it to another person and know that there are no judgments or prior owner mortgages on the property that you would be held responsible for.
So what fees are involved with title insurance?
So title insurance fees are set by the Pennsylvania Department of Insurance. It is a one-time fee that you pay. There are two policies that you can get. There's an owner's policy, which covers you as an owner, and if you have a lender, there's a lender's policy that covers the lender. The lender's policy is required by most lenders, while the owner's policy is optional.
So how did the relationship between Capstone Land Transfer and Berks Homes begin?
So Berks Homes was originally with Guardian Transfer, where Ryan and Brian and I were prior. And then we just kept building. They followed me. Actually, Berks Homes came with me then when I went to my middle title company before Capstone, which was called Prime Transfer. And then they came again with me to Capstone. The Berks Settlement Services JV formed because Berks' growth was so large that they needed their own title company and needed their own set of staff to facilitate all the demands of the growing company.
Are there any differences in title transfers from a new construction home versus a resale home?
So there aren't many differences between resale and new construction. There are the same risks though involved. So when we're doing a new construction transfer, we are still searching the property. We are still making sure there are no prior owner judgments or liens that come up on the property. With any property, even though you are buying a new construction home, the land has been transferred multiple times, usually multiple times in the past couple years. So we are just making sure that all those judgments or old title issues are taken care of and that we are giving you clear and marketable title.
How are taxes different for a new construction home?
So when you buy a new construction home, taxes are on the land only at that time. After settlement, I record the deed in the courthouse, and that's how the tax assessor knows when to come out and reassess your home, land and home together. Once they do that, you'll get a reassessment in the mail, followed by some interim tax bills. They are from the day of settlement to the end of the tax billing period. They are for the home portion of the tax bill only, as the builder has already paid for the land. Most of the time, those tax bills, those interim tax bills, aren't included in your escrow account, so you have to pay those out of pocket. So coming into new construction, you have to be aware that you might have an extra $2,000 to $3,000 in tax bills that have to be paid out of pocket after settlement.
As a woman in real estate, how did you get into title insurance?
So it's a long story, but I started when I was 15 years old because my mother wanted me to have a summer job. So every summer from the time I was 15, I worked for my mother's company, typing final policies and learning things. I did go to school. I have a higher education degree in political science with a master's degree in peace and conflict studies that I got from the University of Australia. Then when I came home, I worked in politics and I hated it. I hated every second of it. It just wasn't what I thought. I went into politics very naive and I just couldn't accomplish anything. So my mom said, "Okay, come back and work with me for a little bit until you figure out what you want to do." And that was 2008. My mom and I went through some downturns in the market. We ended up going to work for Coldwell Banker, where I met my business partner, Ryan Hess, and then followed by my other business partner, Brian Zulli. In 2016, we all left Coldwell Banker together. And then in 2019, Brian, Ryan, and I joined back up and we started Capstone Land Transfer, which a little bit later, then we started a joint venture with Berks Settlement Services. I've done all of the Berks settlement work since 2016. When you were a very small company, I used to do all of it, all of the preparation for out sales and land sales. And then I went to just land sales because the out sales became too big. But it's a great company to work for, and I've really enjoyed all my years with you guys.
So are there any title challenges in new construction homes?
There are typically not many title challenges in new construction homes. Working with in-house title, it's a lot easier because we have all of the Berks entity docs and all of the documents we need to supply to the lender, while outside title companies have to gather those to give to them. The hardest part at the end of the process is just gathering all the paperwork and all the final figures together. Sometimes there's a little bit of a delay in getting those final figures to you just because of the reappraisals and re-inspections that need to be done at the end of a new home process.